YouTube Reaction TV, what's going on, you guys? This is your boy J.DAREL stepping back into the sanctuary, giving you laughter, realness, and reality. What's going on, my saints? What's going on, my supporters? We are back in this thing for another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. For my reaction, make sure you're liking the video, make sure you comment on the video, let me know your thoughts, as well as make sure you become one of my squad members and go ahead and subscribe. And before we get into this video, on my REACTION.CAM side, before I get to the YouTube, on my REACTION.CAM side, I want to take this time out to personally thank each and every one of my new subscribers. Welcome into the sanctuary. You are now my supporter, you're now my squad member, my saint, as well as thank you for making sure and getting my video featured. I'm getting a lot of subscribers, getting a lot of love, some hate, some haters, but anyway, that is what it is. I don't have time to do that. I'm just focusing on the good vibes, but my video is featured. So if you have not checked out my reaction video to Live Perfect, How We Living, it is on the featured site, so it's on the main page of the website. So go ahead and check that video out. Make sure you're sharing it, make sure you leave your thoughts, and make sure you are becoming a member. Now on my YouTube side, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and go ahead and share this video on all social media networks or wherever you share your videos. This video is on the YouTube side. This is Black Ink Crew Season 6, Episode 5. Help Me, Howard. I just got through watching the video. It did air yesterday, so I just got through watching the video. Now I'm in here recording. So let's go ahead and get into this review. Alright, so in this regard, there's only probably a couple of things I'm going to actually talk about regarding this video. I mean, the episode as itself, it was a good episode. It was interesting. It wasn't anything that was, out of the ordinary or anything that was just, oh my God, this is the best episode. None of that. It was enough to keep me entertained, to keep me intertwined, as well as, I can go ahead and give you a good review. So with that being said, of course, we're kicking off the episode from last week, as well as Caesar's coming in and basically stated that Kitty, remember last week, Kitty, either last week or the week before last, that Kitty did do the accounting as far as checking the books to make sure all the credit is right, all the money is right, and everything that came in is accounted for. So apparently, I would say it's on her side, but then again, it probably wouldn't be on her side, but when it goes back to being on her side, she did not wait to 3 to 5 business days for the credit reports to come in with the amount that was spent out, withdrawn, and deposited. So she did miscalculations of $10,000. So with that being said, she did do the right thing of bringing that to C's attention. But with that being said, okay, corporately, we would know that when you speak with the owner and say, hey, XYZ is missing or XYZ is not accounted for, they should be able to say, oh, well, I just spent out this much after you did this, or I just did that, and that's supposed to come in a couple of days. Once they do that, they just give me the updated report. He didn't do that, and I will understand why he didn't do that, because he's not intertwined in none of his businesses anyway. He is so ready to get back to Atlanta to be a whore that he is not looking at, you got $10,000 missing, where did it come from, or why has it not been accounted for, or did you make any purchases that you did not account for, did you write off anything like that, or did you give all the paperwork to her to let her know that this was done, this is not going to be until late, so once this come in, give me the report for this one, and then once these come in within 3 to 5 business days, then give me the updated report. All that would have been squared away. But of course, this is a show, this is a reality show, so if somebody got to take the fall, we got to have some drama somewhere. So this is where it all kicks off. And just side note, before I even get into finishing that storyline, I was supposed to do last week's video when Sky visited Texas. I wasn't trying to do all that. It was too emotional, it was too much to talk about, and I just wasn't feeling it to even give y'all a review on that. So just forget about last week, and we just go ahead and tap into this week, because we got 2 things to talk about and we out of here. So when Kitty, basically he comes in and let them know that, hey, $10,000 is not missing. We did some calculations and we were supposed to wait 3 to 5 business days, and now everything's good, so we're good. And he's like, yeah, unfortunately, all that drama last week with Melody quitting and being accused of stealing $10,000, now we got to get that fixed. Where are we going to do that? So he says, well, I ain't got time to do that. I'm getting back to it. I got things to do. Basically, running away from the responsibility. You're the CEO. You are the head of this business. Why aren't you there? So what he does is flies back to Atlanta and leaves Sky in charge of Inc. 113. I think it's 125th. It was one of them. I don't know. Inc. 113, Inc. 125, all of Black Inc. So Sky's pissed. She's like, I'm not doing this. I don't want to manage these motherfuckers. I got a house I have to tend to. I have a business I have to tend to. I am accustomed to a new life. I don't want to be here. He's like, Sky, you're the manager, and you're gonna stay here and manage them while I fly back to Atlanta. Basically, Skee's flying back to Atlanta, not to handle business, but basically to tell all his whores that, hey, for 30 days, I'm going to be celibate, and I'm not going to be messing around with you guys. So don't see me, stay out of my DMs, stay out of my text messages, and don't see me nothing. Point period blank. I just don't understand the business logic in it, that you're leaving Sky. Okay, whatever. So after all that, Sky's like, okay, what I need to do is basically get what I need to get, take care of this business, get Melody back here to manage these Negroes so I can go back to Atlanta where my home is and where they actually respect me. So, to clear up even what Sky is doing, Sky goes to meet with Melody in her new house. Basically goes where she's parked with her RV. You got a nigga over here pissing, and you got other things that's going on around here. Then Sky is dressed like she's finna go to an interview / catch the last 15 minutes of a club party for bringing in the New Year's. I'm not understanding, but Sky did look nice. So she goes to meet with Melody. First of all, Melody's already over. She don't want to speak to nobody from Black Inc. at all after being accused of stealing $10,000, and they don't respect her. Nobody supported her. Nobody stood up for her. So she's deuced. She's out there. She's caught so much slack from her husband and not being with her kid, and also had to deal with that she's $30,000 in debt. So at the end of the day, anything that's going to bring her stress, she doesn't want to deal with it. So within that being said, so Sky meets to her in this little ass thing, and you know, Sky got to be extra dramatic with this. I can't even stand up tall in this. So she, you know, tried to go in pee. She can't even pee about that. And I mean, other than that, but she basically tries to bribe Melody to come back. We're apologizing to everybody. Sorry, the $10,000 wasn't actually missing. Kitty actually did some miscalculations, and you can come to Black Ink out. And she's like, I'm not coming back to Black Ink, you know, I caught so much slack from my husband, and, you know, these fuckers don't respect me, and, you know, I just went to so much emotional stress, you know, dealing with Black, you know, fuck them, you know, I'm still hurt and everything, you know, I'm just pissed, you know, and she's like, I will triple your pay. She's like, fuck it, no. He's like, we'll double your pay. No, Sky, no, I'm not coming back to Black Ink. So Steve can do whatever he wants to do. He can fuck up the business and do whatever he wants to do. I'm not coming back to manage Black Ink. Cut. There's that scene. So even with that, so while Sky's that she's setting out the ground rules of what's going to be done, you're going to respect yourself. We're going to work. We're going to attend to our clients. We're going to get this money. And all while pissing off Kitty. You know, she didn't like Kitty from the get-go because how Kitty came in. She was messing around with C's. She was the Sadiddy. And you already know before it was Black Ink Atlanta, it was Black Ink 125th. And it was down there, you know, living it up. It was Sadiddy. They had all the clients. So, you know, Kitty was part of the bougie crew, you know, pretty much. So she was like, you know, you're the reason. Basically, she's mad at Kitty because you're the reason why I have to stay in New York, where I have a nice fabulous life in Atlanta, and deal with you people, which I don't want to deal with anymore. You ignorant, you guys don't respect me. You know, I just don't want to be here. So with that being said, so her and Kitty goes to this little petty battle of her being a whore and fucking and doing this, all of the other stuff that Sky is petty about and like to piss people off and get under their skin. So Kitty was like, girl, bye. I ain't got time to deal with this. I'm going back down the street. I'm leaving you and to deal with all this. And pretty much that was that. We also get into the scene with the Asian chick and her boyfriend. You know, she's finally accepted that he actually loves her and likes her, so they're moving in together. So in that instance, she's basically showing him around this little small apartment where everything is cluttered. I mean, I don't even get how they live in that type of environment. I mean, it's just so small. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But hey, it's New York and you get it how you live. But she's showing him around, basically telling him where he can put his stuff and put it here, small space, and then basically lets him know that even though you're moving in with me and we're together, you're still not gonna have full authority of my place, and there is some ground rules. And she lays down the ground rules. You know what? No whores. Family first, which I'm your family. No messing with my stuff. And 4, you get to fuck me every day. And I'm like, okay. And you know, I like Asian chick. She a little freak. But anyway, that was pretty much that scene. Pretty much the most important scene that everybody pretty much tuned in to see how the conversation was going to go with but I forgot. I remember him coming in last season, but I forgot how was he introduced. I don't know if he came in as an apprentice or came in straight as a cast member and tattoo artist. By the way, his tattoo was bomb, but he had an artist to come in, and his artist basically, he was supposed to be doing a black and red rose. No, hold on, that was Donna. Donna came in and was supposed to be doing a black and red rose for her client. And he was a male, basically. The black rose basically stood for the abuse that he had to go through. And the red rose was a symbolization of him coming out of it. And he was abused by his mother every time she was drunk or intoxicated or inhaled any type of drugs or anything, or self-medication. And she would pretty much beat on him. So the black rose symboled what he was dealing with, and the red rose symboled what he was coming out of. And I don't know. Well, Donna did say that her roses were some of her best work, but I'm like, okay, sweetie, your work need to come to the status of that rose, because I can honestly say I've seen some good work from Donna. She just got to get it together and really just work on her craft. But that rose was dope. I kind of want something like that on my own, but I'm still figuring that I'm probably do something. But anyway, that was good. And we also still dealing with Donna. We're gonna get to Donna after I go ahead and close out this segment with the old dude who was gay, who was trying to date Asian chick last season. So basically, in the previews we seen last week, that we were dealing with a dude that has not came out to his father. Everybody else knows, but he has not really just came out to his father. And the backstory that he tells us in his storyline was that when he was first battling with being gay or dealing with homosexuality, he had a friend. I'm not sure if they was a love interest, was the best friend, or the friend had feelings for him, or they was just DL, or however they were supposed to go. But his father found a letter that his dude had wrote to him in that regards, and basically father found it, and it's pretty much something that they spoke about but never came to conclusions about, and never really touched on again. He basically, what is this letter and where does it come from? Who is this? And he basically said that he played dumb, didn't know where it was, didn't know who it came from. And his father uttered these words to him, basically let him know that even though you're playing dumb, I have a sense that something is going on, but since I don't want to hear it come out of your mouth, and I probably at the time would not want to accept it, I'm going to leave you with these words to let you know that we're not playing them type of games, and we're not going to touch on the subject again, so get it together. Basically told his son, we're not doing this, and walked out. They never talked about it, never touched on it, never came back to it again. So that left in his heart some kind of resentment, and letting him know that he probably would never have to, probably ever in his life probably have this conversation, and end up worrying about if he would ever have a relationship, or have a good relationship, or even keep the same relationship that him and his father had while he moved out of Kansas and moved to New York to pursue his career, or probably to get a better life. So in this episode, we see that he flew his father down from Kansas and came and stayed with him for a while. And basically, he ended up having a conversation with him. And basically, the conversation went like, hey, I know we haven't talked for a while. I know we haven't talked to each other for a while, but I'm dealing with something, and I am who I am, whether you guys like it or not. But this is who I am, and hopefully that you accept it and not change the relationship that we have. And basically let him know that, hey, I am a black African American son, gay male. His father looks at him and he's like, have I failed you as a father? I'm like, okay, where is supposed to go? And even when they played in the previews, it was you could have kind of imagined how this was finna go. But he basically said it in the sense that, have I failed you as a father, that because you're gay, you think I won't love you, think I won't accept you. I might not like what you do or what your life entails, but you are my son. I birthed you. I took care of you. I love you. That won't change just because you're dealing with something or you're living a life that I totally don't agree with. And from then on, he was like basically stunned. He didn't know how his dad was going to perceive it, and looked like we can establish a relationship between them two and probably go up and see closer and probably get more into their storyline, hopefully. So that was that scene, and we're going to get into our last and closing scene. So we seen previously in the episode where Donna basically came with 2 or 3 bags and met her ongoing boyfriend that was sitting on the steps, basically explaining to him how she moved in with the 56-year-old woman, feeding her grandchildren, and basically stating that she's don't want her there, change the locks on her, and acting crazy, obsessed with her, and being very disrespectful. So she went in, had to break into the window to get into her room, locked the door, and was packing her bags, and basically said she paid rent and now she's being forced out. So the boyfriend was like, so you've been feeding and taking care of her grandchildren, you paid rent, and she changed the locks on you and kicked you out? That is not adding up. So she's like, yeah, she's doing it. I can't live with her no more. I can't do this. And basically, let's say either I'm going to be homeless or I'm going to stay with you. Of course, he wasn't going to let her be homeless, but she ended up staying with him, and they're talking about doing sexual things, I guess, because they're going together. But hey, that's them. That's their business. That's their life. That's their oral sex, and that's their bodies. So, going into that, we touched on that. So we get into the scene where Teddy was like, guess what I seen last night while I was watching TV? And basically goes down the whole spiel how she was on China 11 News on Help Me Walter. I think it was Help Me Walter, if I'm not mistaken. Or Howard. No, it's Help Me Howard, which is a television segment that pretty much all segment have, where either it's something they do as far as recovery relief, or basically a segment that the news station does, like where they help or kind of talk to other people about getting help with assistance. So in this segment, Help Howard is basically a person that talks to people to help them get out of certain situations. In this sense, it was Donna, and it was the 56-year-old landlord that Donna was renting a room from. Basically, the landlord says she's nasty, she has a problem with windows and doors, and they show screenshots of Donna busting the window, of a busted window that Donna did, and a busted wall, and basically show how the place is nasty and basically unfitting for any person living. But that's New York. That's how they live. It's probably normal for them. And basically, he was in Inc. 125th and was webcamming with C's, and he was basically saying, well, I was speaking to someone, do you know Donna Barrero? And he's like, I don't know her. Maybe you need to speak to my brand ambassador, Miss Kitty, and things like that. I mean, had him all blasted on the news. I was like, I cannot deal with this. And he's basically letting her know that, hey, you need to get word to Donna that we're looking for her and things of that nature. So as Teddy is showing them that, Donna comes in, and Donna was like, they, they're making fun and laughing at Donna. You already know how Walter is. Walter got to make fun of anybody and make anything out of fun. So it's like hilarious. And basically Donna gives her side, and they was like, you know what, I kind of don't believe Donna. And she's like, I hate you motherfuckers. Making fun moment. So we get to this last ending scene. So we already know what goes in. So all of a sudden, everybody's all standing around and everything, communicating, laughing how they do, because they barely do anything black ink anyway besides tattooing. So the daughter and the landlord comes in, and everybody's just stunned. I mean, like, who's this? Why is the landlord walking to the business? And Donna was like, I know she didn't. I know this old ass landlord and her bump's daughter gonna come in my job and think you're gonna do this and spread lies and mess with my business and mess with my brand and mess with my money. So while everybody's all stunned, within 3.5 seconds of coming to, Donna dives on this lady and just get to whooping her. And even the daughter jumped in and she was whooping her ass too. And the security tackled them. You can see Kitty and them trying to break them up and throw her outside. So while security has Donna, they got security outside. You got people coming in. Of course, when you got cameras and you got to fight the whole catastrophe, niggas come out of everywhere. Black people come out of anywhere. So even with that, so Tate is outside talking to her, and she's like, "So what is going on?" She owed me $2,500 in rent. She broke my window. She tried to do this. I'm trying to get my place back together, do this and that and that. And you're laughing and, hey, bitch, you better get and you owe me money and you better. Just going pretty much just back and forth. And tell her like, woman, baby, you gotta go. You messing with the business. We ain't got time for all this. And we end that episode. So I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I'm pretty sure we should get more clarity on what's going on and get some more things. So I've been looking forward to come back into the sanctuary to go ahead and talk about the next week. So I'll see you guys next week for another recap and review with your boy J.DAREL. I'm stepping out of the sanctuary. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube and my reaction channel. And make sure you share on all social media sites and follow me on all social media sites. Information will be in the description box below. Again, this is your boy J.DAREL stepping out of the sanctuary. We're giving you laughter, realness, and reality. Peace.